Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Saturday, March 29th, 2025. Let's rock. All right, and in the spot market, we had gold up $28 to 3,084. Wow. And silver down 29 cents to 34.07, but had been much higher and had been a little bit lower. What happened in the market was this is the May contract in the futures market. Silver futures were well over 35 and busted the recent all-time high, were headed higher, and then got smacked back down under support of around 35, 35.10, etc. So now we are underneath what was support, making that resistance, and with downside to 34.50, maybe even 34 in the futures market, meaning that we could get a pushback down into the 33s, well into the 33s on silver, but that may or may not happen. Pardon me. It was a pretty good recovery from some of the lows of the day. So here we are, $34 silver. Great handle for silver. Can't complain. We're going to keep pushing at that $35 and above futures price, and at some point we're going to break through it, and then it is blue sky up to 50, but probably will stall out around 37, something like that. Take a run at 40, maybe go further, maybe go back, who knows. Gold silver ratio went up a little bit to 90.38, with gold up and silver down, and we had bounced off of 88.7 and now at 90.38, making silver the better buy, but gold is certainly the star of the show. All right, let's keep going here. The 10-year yield finally came back down as I thought it would. Now we are at 4.253. Those TLT positions paying off now. And the Fed wants to cut rates, and rates, I believe, will be going lower, both short-term and long-term rates. I think long-term rates will be going lower because we'll be entering recession, and short-term rates will be headed lower because I think inflation is going to come down. However, the market was spooked on Friday by a couple of releases that the majority of people think that inflation is persistent and sticky. But in my opinion, that is impossible if we enter recession. Okay, so here we go. You may agree or disagree with that. The dollar also took a hit back down to 104, and I believe wants to bust lower. Let's take a 6-month chart. And I think the dollar is headed lower again, just my opinion. Okay, along with silver, they took a hatchet to copper, and that still well above $5, but 5.11 in the futures market for a pound of copper. All right, let's keep going here. Next week, we have got the Monday, we've got the PMI, which could come out very different than the PCE report. So we'll just have to see how that reads out. We had a lot of advance inventory buying as a result of the tariffs, and I don't know what that will do to PMI, if it'll drive it up or not. That would be further bad news for the market if we continue to get hot inflation reports. Then Tuesday, ISM manufacturing, job openings, auto sales. Boy, the auto industry, what a hit it is taking. And that's why platinum has got a little bit of a headwind ahead of it here. Okay, on Wednesday, ADP employment, probably a pretty good predecessor to initial jobless claims. We'll have to see how that comes out. That'll move the markets. And then initial jobless claims on Thursday as people go collect their pink slips from all the layoffs that are happening everywhere. You know, I saw a venture capitalist report on CNBC the other day, and I don't know how representative this is of Silicon Valley venture capital, but he said that a third of all of the venture capital funding comes from the federal government. Okay, think about that with the Doge movement moving forward, and funding getting cut off to aid for starving children and whatever else is getting thrown out with the bathwater. You think that they're going to keep funding the venture capitalist projects? Maybe because they have a direct line to the Don, but maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, we will see what happens to initial jobless claims. That could be very bad on Thursday. And all of this at the moment points to stagflation, but in the future, I think it will just point to recession, which is why I think long-term rates are coming down. Before the Fed intervenes again, we go to the zero bound on interest rates, and then we start printing like a Mad Hatter, okay? But you can't get across that Grand Canyon in one step. We have to play out the cycle here. In the stock market, we had the Dow down 700 points as the downtrend continues. Hopefully you were out, over 5,800 S&P. As I mentioned the other day, I thought it would dead cat bounce up there. It sure did. I think 58.25 or so. And then down we go as people reassess whether they want to be part of this failing economy. I talked to the wife the other day about when we might buy back into the stock market, and I told her, well, I don't know, Dow 20,000 would work for me. Anyway, you see what you think. Maybe it'll come before that. All right, here are the deals, but before we get to the deals, the question of the day is cull versus BU. Circulated, impaired, cull, sovereign coins, okay, that's what I'm talking about here, eagles, maples, etc., versus cull, milky, dented, tarnished, off quality sovereign silver coins. Where do you like to put your money? I think the vast majority of us like pretty BU coins, but the culls have a place in the ecosystem. And the buy-sell spread, this is something you new guys should really think about, is where you're going to sell your silver after you buy it. And what I call the buy-sell spread, I think I'm the only one that actually has ever mentioned this, is the best price you can buy it for anywhere, and that's what our website is all about, versus the best price you can sell it for. And that buy-sell spread on, something like a Silver Eagle, a BU Silver Eagle, may actually be greater than the buy-sell spread on a cull Silver Eagle. So I put a couple of choices for you in the website today, and tell me where you lean. I have always been a BU guy, but with Brilliant Uncirculated, you also run the risk of your coins milk spotting, even in the tube, even if you vacuum sealing them. When you buy a cull, it will always be a cull, and the dealers will always buy back culls because there are people looking for those. So where do you lean? And I do expect most of you to like BU, but for those of you buying culls off quality, give us your rationale. Okay, let's get going for the deals. You can call this the Silver Squeeze edition if you want, because today would be the day to buy if you are going to participate in the Monday Silver Squeeze. We got a lot of things going on. We got the Silver Squeeze movement. We got the tariffs set to take effect on the 2nd. Oh, heck, I don't know what is going to happen with these markets, but right now people are throwing away their fiat, throwing away their stocks, throwing away anything that, isn't physical and getting into the physical. And you only have to look at the prices to realize that. But if you're looking for the best deal, don't wait till Monday when the dealers go out of stock. And then they raise the premiums 50% or whatever they're going to do. Buy today. Okay, that'd be my recommendation to people that want to participate in that. Do not pay high premiums. Do not buy any coin that has a high premium at this particular moment. You could get very badly burned on that. Okay, here is Bullion Exchange's gold sale, and it's a pretty good outfit, Bullion Exchanges. You can get a Krugerrand at 3,097, not much over spot. You can get a gold back if you want that. Please don't stack those. Those are just for trading, speculation, flipping, or collecting. And what else? Ooh, everything else is out. Okay, there's going to be some buying this weekend. You can bet on that. Probably more in the silver market than the gold market. Nonetheless, a 1 gram gold you can get over at Scottsdale for $112 cash price, and that will not be an assay, but nonetheless, it'll be a gram of gold. If you're a new customer and a new guy, you want to pick up all the new customer deals, find them on my website. Here's one, a gram of gold at $99 at bullion.com. You got to put a couple other things in your cart to get over the free shipping level. Never pay sales tax either, okay? Just don't do it. Don't buy. If you have to pay sales tax, do not buy what you're thinking of buying. You will destroy your buy-sell spread. Let's keep going, trying to help you guys out here. Okay, a 1/10 gold eagle is going to be pricey at $344 at Summit Metals. A 1/10 gold maple is going to be $331 at bullion exchanges. And again, as premiums increase, you may want to shift to the cheaper premium items. Quarter ounce gold eagle is $823 at Summit Metals, but don't buy until we get down to Costco, Walmart, eBay, etc. to find cheaper prices. A quarter ounce Krugerrand, absolutely nothing in the world wrong with this if you want to save some money. $814, and that is not 999 silver. Many of the coins that you see are 0.90% silver, and then they overweight it to get back to the weight of, I'm sorry, gold. They overweight it to get back to the gold, but it will be a quarter ounce of gold within a coin that weighs more than a quarter troy ounce. That's how that works, and don't fear that. A $5 commemorative, pretty good price over at APMEX this morning, which I rarely shop at because their prices are sky high, even if you have their credit card. Don't do that. $7.59 for a $5 commemorative, 0.2418. Divide the price by 0.2418, and you'll see what the melt is on that. That is a very good choice if the quarter ounce gold eagles start to get pricey. Go back to those $5 commemoratives, guys. Half ounce gold eagle, $16.15 at Summit Metals. Half ounce maple, $16.13 at Summit Metals. Half ounce Britannia, $16.15 at Monument Metals, best price on the internet. Half ounce Krugerrand should be cheaper, and it is $16.03 at Summit Metals. Absolutely no difference in the world between a half ounce Britannia and a half ounce Krugerrand. Ask yourself, if you're paying more, why are you paying more? Just because you like something? How about a Buffalo? A full ounce of Buffalo, $3,184 at bullion exchanges. A 1 ounce maple is $3,155 at Summit Metals. And there is some premium on U.S. gold over foreign gold. Comes mostly with the tax rules and so forth. I won't get into that. A 1 ounce Britannia is $3,155 at bullion exchanges. You can get pre-33. I won't hit that today. A 1 ounce Krugerrand is $31.06 at bullion exchanges. If you do go for the pre-33, do not pay up for the slabs, guys. You don't need that in the slab. You're just going to pay more, and you're going to lose that premium on the way out on the buy-sell spread. Okay, foreign gold, a 20 franc, is a very popular coin. This one is the Helvetia, and that, I think that's how you say that. That's over at Provident. That is $5.89. That is less than a 0.2 ounce of gold. 0.1867. You divide the price by 0.1867, you'll get the melt on that. Very good plus is probably good enough on that. You probably don't need a BU 20 franc. And some people don't like the restrikes, etc. I don't really know much about that. Okay, 1 ounce gold in assay. I'm going to recommend you stay away from gold bars for a while. $31.24. Now you can trust a gold bar coming from bullion exchanges. It's going to be brand spanking new in the pack. But there's so much counterfeiting going on right now. I think I'm going to start avoiding gold bars. Here's a circulated gold bar. Obviously, it's been up on the Precious Metals Verifier. That just went out of stock. So that would be a righteous bar. It went out of stock anyway, but that'll be cheaper if it's out of assay. You ask yourself if you care about that. Okay, Platinum Eagles, that's a collector coin. You probably don't want it. Here is a random Platinum Sovereign coin at 1,080. Platinum is cheaper on Costco this morning. And platinum at some point is going to double. It's going to follow gold up. That's just my personal opinion, but not in the face of a crashing auto industry. I mean, all we need are some headlines that GM or Ford is going out of business, and platinum is just going to get crushed because it's used in catalytic converters. Palladium, same story. But I think someday you put a time capsule away, you want to put some random platinum coins in a time capsule, I think you'll be happy over time. I really do. And let's go on to Silver Eagles. Okay, and we'll get some calls in here too. 38.05 at Bullion Exchanges. Cheaper by the tube over at Pinehurst Coins. Put them on your short list because they have some good deals. 37.56 for 20 Silver Eagles. 37.56 each for 20 Silver Eagles. They'll be backdate BU Eagles, and that'll beat other prices most anywhere. Maybe not on eBay though, so we'll check eBay to see if that is better. And if you are looking for a Walmart deal, Walmart, not too bad. 7.76 for a tube. I think there was one a little cheaper. I think there was like a 767 or something. Anyway, that's going to be pretty consistent with that Pinehurst coin if you check out with a 3% rebate credit card. Links on my website to the credit cards I recommend. Here are those Cull Eagles I promised you. Okay, now this I would not buy one. 36.87 is ridiculous. But if you get up to 20 or 100, you could get down to the low 36s, a couple bucks over spot for Culls. You probably would only buy a tube. That'd be 36.50, and that would put you about 240 over spot. Cull Eagles. Now they're going to be cheaper on the coin shops on YouTube that I recommend. Pardon me. So anyway, check those out as well. But if you're looking for Culls, the buy-sell spread will probably be better on Culls than backdate BU Eagles. And for you guys that answered the question that way, I completely get it. My green light is on. I think we're going to see fireworks. And I just don't think the price is going to collapse. I know that happens every single time we get up to these nosebleed areas. I don't think it's going to collapse. I think we're going to keep punching at 35 until we break through. And then, they'll start raising premiums. The silver squeeze will raise premiums. And silver and gold may not be buyable come next week. So therefore, if you're brand new and you're looking for your first purchase, buy today. Buy those new customer deals at spot. Pick up all the gold and silver at spot. You care to. I like silver over gold, and the GSR is why. It's too high. It's going to come down to 75 or so, in my opinion. You'll be able to pick up 20% more gold down the road if you play that ratio by selling your silver at the high. When the squeeze kicks in, everybody ought to get their stacks together, and if the premiums, the buy premiums go up on popular coins, if the sell premiums go up on popular coins, how they sell it to us, the buy premiums are going to increase as well. This is when you want to sell, okay? When you see an increase in spot, an increase in the buy price premiums, then you want to pick out the stuff that you can sell. Hopefully you got some big old ugly 100-ounce bars, kilos, the cheapest possible thing you've been buying, I hope. And then you put those in the mail to whoever you're selling them to. Bullion Exchanges has pretty good buy prices. The dealers on YouTube have pretty good buy prices. Get ready for a sell here at some point. Not with the whole stack, just with part of the stack. Green light stays on. I'll watch the action. We're below resistance right now in the futures market, and that could all change in a heartbeat. And premiums could definitely change as well, making it harder to buy silver and gold. So new guys, do a little stacking today. Old guys, sit back and watch. Okay, you bought your silver, for $18 an ounce. You bought your gold at 1,500, 2,000. This is nothing but a good time for you guys. Okay, and that's me included. I'm lucky enough to have been stacking for 10 years. I'm happy. I'm very happy. I mean, to watch the stock market collapse and precious metals take off like a rocket, this is what I've been waiting for. Okay, we got a silver maple here at 36.90 at Bullion Exchanges. They also have one at spot deals. You want to pick up one of those as well. Here's a Cull silver maple, 35.95. Again, you may want to get 25 in the tube, 35.70. If it's a full sealed tube, may not be as bad as the onesie twosies. I don't know. I've never bought these. But about 35.70 in a tube of 20 for Cull maples. And in the old days, they spotted like crazy, and they may be tarnished. You can always clean tarnish, but milk spots, I do not recommend you even consider cleaning those unless you're trying to scam somebody down the road. Okay, a circulated silver kangaroo, because I can't find a good deal on a BU kangaroo, 35.67 at Monument Metals. That is only about $1.50 over spot. So there's a good deal. there's a good deal. It's going to be circulated. They're not calling it cull. You got to go down here and dig it out of their stuff here. And they, I don't know, somewhere here, maybe in the specifications, additional information. Don't fall for this, guys. If they don't put BU in the title, you got to dig. I'm sorry. And then you will see it is circulated. Circulated could be dinged up. It could be tarnished. It could be milk spotted. You know, get a tube of 25, maybe they won't be so bad. Maybe they will. I don't know. There's a lot of this stuff out here, a lot of inferior sovereign silver coins from the old days that are going to have to move off the market. And people are going to turn to these, I think, when the premiums on BU coins get hot. I think the U.S. Mint is probably going to participate in creating FOMO here as well. I'll tell you more about that later. Okay, Britannia, this is a BU Britannia, is going to be $35.79, also good price, over at Bullion Exchanges. Hold on one second. I want to give you a shot of my garden real quick here. Right, I had my first harvest from the Victory Garden. It was the cauliflower that was ready. One I let go a little too far, but these actually can still be eaten when they start to sprout like that. But made cauliflower, and this is what I cooked with it. Here we go. Oh, let me rotate that. Oh, well. This is roasted cauliflower, olive oil, garlic, Parmesan cheese. Oh my God, that was so good out of the garden. Then I want to show you one more thing, which is how I'm protecting my peaches. Hold on one second. Okay, guys, I want to show you this. Okay, guys, I want to show you this. This is the peach tree. And this is the enclosure that I purchased. I think it was on Amazon. I'll leave a link for you if you want something like that. But yeah, the peaches are forming beautifully. We are just loaded with little peaches. And usually we have a lot of birds. So I found this, this shelter to put over it. And there it is, fully enclosed. The birds will not be getting these peaches. And I look forward to that. Just not about losing my crops to the critters these days. So let me know what you think of that. Hopefully it gets enough sun through this mesh here. I think it will. People do put these over gardens as well. So there it is. And here we are. All right. Let's do a Philharmonic. Okay, what's going on with the Philharmonics? They are $36.58 at Pimbex. These are circulated. Again, you'll have to dig it out of their verbiage here. I don't trust dealers that do stuff like this. They should say circulated in the title, but they certainly don't say BU, and that is a warning sign. Make this a little smaller. Okay, and Star Privy Eagles, I recommend you just don't buy them. Let's go over to Costco. Here is on my website, bestsilvergolddeals.com. There's a link to all the Costco items in stock. They have got 3 items in stock. The gold bar is the one you ought to consider if you're looking to stack gold, if you're squeezing gold, which you don't need to. $31.39, you're going to get 4% off if you have an executive club membership and a 2% rebate credit card, and you're going to have that well under spot. That has been a good buy consistently. I liked it better, $50 cheaper a couple days ago, etc. Silver bars keep selling out at $3.69, but they'll come back. Just check my links. And the platinum is still a pretty good deal at $10.69. 4% off of that will put you very close to spot on platinum if you're buying platinum. Okay, let's keep going here. That's Costco. And moving on to the junk. Junk in the trunk this morning. I like the Benjis at 25.1 times face. There's a cheat sheet here right in the middle of the website. 25.1 puts you at about $35 melt, and $35 melt is $1 over spot. The coin shops on YouTube I recommend are cheaper, okay, just so you know, but they may charge you for shipping, and their rules may be different, and they may not ship it where you want it, so you got to check them out individually. Mercs are, I don't know, 50 cents or $1 more. I like to buy dimes as well and hope I get Mercs. The 20 round deal at Bullion Exchanges, again, new guys, pick that up. You can only get one, but it's a whole tube of 20 at $6.86. That's based on their fake spot price, which is $34.30, about 30 cents over the market, but still, very good deal at Bullion Exchanges. There's $35 silver all over here if you want to click these links. Let's go right to Scottsdale. Wait a minute, what's a Scottsdale sale happening? Scottsdale silver is very nice silver. Here you can get For 364, you can pick up one of these chunky Scottsdale cast bars. Very, very nice. Scottsdale Mint, this is not at Scottsdale Mint. They're liquidating Scottsdale here. But Scottsdale has very good buyback prices as well, just so you know. Okay, let's keep going. And a random kilo this morning can be had for 1,136 over at Monument Metals. A kilo is often overlooked by stackers. But in retrospect, we all should have been stacking 100-ounce bars and kilos. The buyback prices are about the same at many dealers between 1-ounce rounds and 100-ounce bars. And you could have got 100-ounce bars all day long for under spot. And if you still see those at the LCS, if they're trying to get rid of their 100-ounce bars and you have to buy, that'd be a good thing to buy right now because you know, the buyback prices are pretty good on random silver, even if it's beat up. And this is one of the reasons that I'm not sponsored by any bullion dealer. I don't want to have to pay allegiance. I don't want to have to send you someplace that has a tickler deal and then higher prices every other day of the week. Okay, I'm free to call out whatever I want to call out because I take no money from any of these dealers. Not that they haven't offered. Okay, so I rely on your support to keep these broadcasts going. Let's keep going. So that unfortunately was that kilo deal. I will remove that. Let's keep going here. Now we're on eBay. Now you need a 3% rebate credit card here to really make these work. I recommend the PayPal credit card or the American Express Clear Blue Cash. They both work great. Check out through PayPal. Here's a pocket pinger if you want to have an inexpensive way to check your silver and gold, your pre-33. I love pinging the old silver Morgan dollars. Oh man, they sound so pretty. Anyway, let's get on to Silver Eagles. Let's see if we can beat a 37 price. Let's see here, and probably Culls will come up first. 737. We only shop with you know, the high feedback, good seller, and known dealers. All the same dealers that you see. You know, you're just going to get it cheaper on eBay a lot of times. These are Cull, so that is going to be 36. I got to do the math. 737. I think it's 36.50. 737 divided by 20. Free shipping on that. 36.85. Now with a 3% rebate credit card times 0.97, you'll be out the door at 35.74, about $1.74 over spot, if you don't mind Culls. Okay, he's got a code here as well for $10 off. So let's keep going, but let's find some BU Silver Eagles. That's a small seller, that first one. This guy here is having trouble selling his mixed date. Those are 37.50, about 36.50 out the door. And if you want to get to a big seller, we'll have to go to BGASC. Oh, those are Culls from BGASC. Let's see, how about 775 or best offer? Seller is too small at 64 feedback. So let's see, I think we're going to have to go to, wow, 745. He'll take a best offer. Who is this? 100 feedback, 87% feedback. You really want to be over 95% feedback. And here is AppMix at 777. Okay, let's just check this out for a second for those of you that shop at AppMix. 777. 777 divided by 20 equals 38.85 times 0.97. Now, I'm not telling you to buy these. I just want to show you something here and why you just don't want to go to the heavily advertised sites. 37.68 for a tube of 20 Silver Eagles. Let's get over to AppMex. And we'll go to Silver Eagles. American Eagles. And there they are. And let's check their cash price. Random year. Okay, look at this, guys. Now this is a random year BU Silver Eagle at AppMex, and in a tube of 20, they're $39.87. And God help you people that are paying that. $39.87. What was the price we got it for on eBay? $37.68, and we found cheaper ones as well. This is why you want to avoid the bigger dealers with the bigger advertising budgets, okay? They do have deals from time to time, and I'm all about that, and you can round up your cart with something else, but that is just a primer on why you really ought to be looking at websites like mine, and buying the cheapest BU Silver Eagle. They're not always perfect. Sometimes you get disappointed, but this is what we're all about here. Okay, let's do a big lot of Silver Eagles. The culls, $36.50, $35.50 out the door for culls. That's $1.50 on these culls here. And this is from Liberty. It's a good seller, and they likely won't look that bad. Those look pretty darn bad. You could dip those, since they're crap anyway, you could dip those in a solution of baking soda and tinfoil and hot water and take off the majority of the tarnish. And most people don't, destroy Silver Eagles. Sometimes they milk spot. Sometimes they're pocket pieces. But, if you get a very, very old pocket piece Silver Eagle, those can be valuable as well. Anyway, that's a pretty decent deal, actually. And $35.50 out the door after credit card rebates. Your buy-sell spread is only $1.50 there. I'm sorry, your premium is only $1.50 there. And dealers buy those back. And probably buy-sell spread would probably be less than the BU Eagles, but I know you like nice ones. $38.41 at bullion.com, $37.41 out the door for a tube of 100 with a 3% rebate credit card. Let's keep going. Okay, we're going to do the rotation quickly here. Silver Maples as cheap as $9.40. Ouch. Silver Britannias, tube of 25, as cheap as $9.25, same as yesterday. Silver Kangaroos as cheap as $9.22, not bad. Silver Krugerrands, all interchangeable, as cheap as $9.43. We'll go back to the $9.22 deal. And let's just see who that is. That is Pinehurst, free shipping, good seller, $9.22. Brand spanking new 2024 Kangaroos, $9.22. Check my cheat sheet here on the website. By the way, new guys, you want to subscribe to my website. It's totally free. So go ahead and do that. I'll send you alerts. $9.20 first price, $36.80 out the door, $35.70, about $1.70 over spot on Silver Kangaroos if you like that deal. If you're buying today, don't wait for Silver Squeeze days, guys. Don't do that. Don't let the dealers put you in the barrel. Okay, let's keep going here. We got junk. We got junk at we need $10 face. You have to scroll up on the website. When you do this and you're on eBay, start from my website, click those links, and then buy whatever you feel like buying, if anything. That helps my channel. That's one of the ways I do not take endorsements from big bullion dealers. Here's $10 face. This guy has been here for a while. He's 24.2. No, he's got $9 shipping. Let's call him 25 times face. You're going to be 24.25 out the door for quarters. Okay, they look to be decent. And his feedback, 61.95, 99.8, nothing in the world wrong with that. So 24.25 times face, you go back up to the cheat sheet here, 24.25 would put you at about $34 melt. $34, that's at spot. Did I do my math right? Do it again here. 25, 75 cents off, 24.25, 24.25 times face is about 34 melt. Look at that. That's at spot. Spot is $34. This is at spot, guys. Okay, all day long, you guys. And I highly recommend you stack junk. Go back to this one. Highly recommend you stack junk. Junk premiums are really low right now, and you watch these premiums come back if we hit FOMO. This is a good deal, and you could buy that all day long. He's got 5 of those available. Smoking deal. Don't wait for the silver squeeze. It makes absolutely no difference other than you being able to post on Reddit that you're, a big bad dude or something. Turn Reddit off, for God's sakes. This place is a jerky place. Anyway, you just want to get the best deals at the best price on your own terms, within your own budget. Please don't rack up your credit cards on Monday. Please don't take out a mortgage on your home to buy silver and gold. Please don't do that. I know a lot of people won't listen, but I know it's a lot of fun, okay? It's a lot of fun. So go in there and pretend you bought on Monday, but buy today, not then. And who knows, spot price could be lower, could be, 50 cents lower on Monday, could be higher as well. I don't know. Okay, we've got to get back to eBay. I'm just going to rock onto the gold here. Oh, wow, I went right through it. Okay, eBay can be a good place to buy gold. Well, let's see, 100-ounce bars? I don't know. I'll check the 100-ounce bars for the heck of it. You got to go up to a real deal. You don't want to buy from Canada, 35.66, 34.66 for a 100-ounce bar, but you should buy that junk deal all day long before you buy that. Okay, but like I said, 100-ounce bar premiums are really coming up to be about the same as what the dealers will pay, are coming up to be about the same as 1 ounce, 10 ounce, 5 ounce, kilo, etc. Why? Because they're melting it all. This is what's going on here. It's industrial supply that is lacking. It's not the retail stacker. Retail stacker's got no money. Okay, everybody's friggin' broke. That's why the economy's going down the tubes. It's industrial demand and the supply imbalance that's happening on the COMEX and the LBMA, and in the futures market as well. To some extent, it's paper, it's fantasy money, but that's what's happening here. It's not the retail investor right here. All the retail investor can do with the silver squeeze is push up premiums, okay? And the dealers probably have millions of ounces of silver ready to sell you guys. Anyway, why did I go down that rabbit hole? I'm sorry. 1 gram gold can be gotten on eBay as cheap as 112. Then you'd be about 10. You'd be about 100 after a 3% rebate. So I believe that's cheaper than that Scottsdale deal. I think that may be the same gold even. That's 1 gram. Let's go up to 1/10 random gold. How cheap can we get that? Over at Liberty, they have got 337 for a 1/10 ounce. Take $10 off with the credit card, 327. What's that? I don't know, about $150 over melt. That's not too bad. Not a bad looking gold coin. Let's keep going to a 1/10 gold eagle, the coin everybody wants. And the premiums are just very high on these. 349, and it is a. I don't like his feedback. I don't like his picture either. 350 is pawn shop. Only fair feedback and free shipping. About 340 out the door for this gold eagle, 1/10 gold eagle. 354. I'm not seeing the big dealers here. You got to pay up for a big dealer. Let's see. Free delivery. Top rated seller, 354. Twin City Gold, good, a lot of feedback, 99.5. That looks to be impaired. No, I don't like that deal either. Sorry, 10th ounce gold eagle's not ringing my bell this morning. Random 1/4 ounce gold is going to be, still haven't fixed. Oh, here we go. Random 1/4 ounce gold is going to be as cheap as the Polar Bear. Is that in stock? I think this went up $10. 810 for a Polar Bear. Oh, he's got 6 available. It's a good seller. Great feedback. There's the Polar Bear. I do not mind these Canadian coins at all. These look a little impaired, but he says they're BU in plastic. It's probably the plastic that's scratched here. Okay, this is $810, and then 3% off would be $25 off. You'd be at about $785. The melt on $785 just times 4 equals 3140 melt. Look at that. Fractional sovereign gold for about $60 over melt. Okay, that's a great deal. I think I showed you this yesterday. I think it might have been 800 yesterday. That's a great deal right there. Okay, that's what I do. I kind of do this so you can scan through my videos quickly if you want to find something worth buying. That is worth buying. Okay, we're doing good here. Let's just go up to a gold eagle. I just can't keep going like this. I talk too much. And here we go, 3143 out of stock. JM Bullion helping us out with a fantasy listing, which they won't close out because they want you to click on it, right? Don't help them. Don't do that. Okay, that is a double eagle. A double eagle pre-33 is not a full ounce of gold, guys. Don't fall for that either. 31.95 is going to put you with a good seller with bad feedback. We don't want him. Here is a proof gold eagle from a zero feedback seller. He's probably from China. We don't want him. Do you mind kissing a few frogs before you get a good deal? I do. I love this. You know, I follow this like you guys follow baseball. It's just what I do. And I don't have the money to buy like I did before. Now I'm doing mostly trading, you know, perfecting the stack. I just don't have an income anymore like I used to. Anyway, Pinehorse Coins will sell you a burnished gold eagle for $32.29. I think the good deals are over. You guys that picked up those burnished gold eagles at a song in the slab, oh man, you scored on those. So $32.29. I'm just going to do the real math here. You may want to do this. Seems expensive right off the bat, but times 0.97 with a good credit card will put you out the door at $31.32. See, the deal is on these slabs. Okay, slab collectors are fools. All right. Now, there are some people that are so wealthy, they're doing typesets and they want the perfect stuff for the grandkids and they want to put it in the registry and they're willing to pay up for slabbed modern numismatics. Real numismatics certified in the slab are a great thing. But modern numismatics are a fool's errand. And you can see here that people aren't buying it anymore, okay? And certainly in a silver squeeze, in a FOMO situation, in a rapidly escalating bull market, people turn away from these collector type items and turn to the cheapest premium items. This is why Pinehurst can't sell this. This is why they're selling it at a price that is going to be whatever, $50 over spot for a gold eagle burnished SP70. I mean, hell yeah. Buy those all day long. You're capitalizing on someone else's grief. You want to see what a burnished SP70 gold eagle sells for? Let's just do it here. Burnished SP70 gold eagle, 1 ounce. Let's do some shopping, right? This is what newbies do. Let's shop for that coin. There you go. There's one you can buy from LCR Coin. Ooh, it's a CAC master graded burnished gold eagle. Now, I don't know, these may be more rare than the one I'm showing you. $3,500. Want to see another one? Here's one over at, let's get away from LCR Coin. Let's go to somewhere you trust. Government, yeah, right. Let's see. Here we go. Who is this? Bullion Shark. Okay. I do not recommend Bullion Shark. Let's go out and visit this burnished gold eagle at Bullion Shark. Yeah, Bullion Shark. There it is. $35.95. Okay, there are people buying this stuff, guys. You don't want to be that guy. You want to be this guy buying this one. Bust it out of the slab. Put it in a capsule if you hate that. But that is just fantastic. Okay, all day long. You're going to pay less for this than you will for a BU Gold Eagle. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, we're hitting home runs here. The commemorative, $5 commemorative, is going to be as cheap as $7.75, minus about $20 this morning for a 0.24 ounce of gold. All right, I just can't do it. It's just so good. I wish I had money. But I don't like the high spot prices. That's keeping a lot of us old timers out of the market right here. If you want to buy something exotic, you can pick it up in my eBay store. And here we go. There's some things that I pour personally, old school style, with torch and crucible, hand poured, not cast, not machine poured, not pressed. You know, about an hour goes into making one of these bars, and they are gorgeous. If you join my Stacker Family membership channel, you can pick up my silver at $250 over spot, so do that if you like poured silver, or if you want something, you know, randomly beautiful, it's in there. These are things I have bought over the years that I am liquidating to buy more bullion, okay? You may want to pick up a vacuum sealer to keep the tarnish away. You may want to refine those big bars into smaller bars in a Devil Forge. That's my Amazon store. You need the Amex card, 3% cash back is the bomb. The PayPal card, 3% cash back. If you're going to run a balance, you don't want the PayPal card. It's 20% interest. Don't run a balance. Serves you right. If you run a balance, I wish you 20% interest, because if you're stacking on credit, You're making a mistake, okay? Give me a thumbs down for that if you want, but please, guys, don't do that. Capital One card is a great card as well. You can click that link and get into Capital One. And what you're going to want there are the kicker deals they offer on eBay, 4% back on eBay, 3% back on Chewy. That's a great credit card. Don't get the airline miles. You know, let your wife do that. Or your significant other. If it's not a wife, it could be a husband, it could be a whatever. But let them do those airline miles things. You get the cash and get your metals cheaper. Okay? Okay. I'm running out of steam. I brought you this because I haven't seen a decent price on copper rounds in years. But copper making a move here. In many cases, it is more used than silver. It is a strategic metal. And I believe they're putting some tariffs on copper. I could be wrong about that. Anyway, $1.29 is not a bad price for this copper round here. You decide if you want to play with copper, if you just want to play around. Some people sell these on eBay. They make a decent profit on those. If you want to stack copper, if you can't afford gold, you go to silver. If you can't afford silver, you go to copper. If you can't afford copper, you go out and get a second job. Okay, let's keep going here. Previous picks of the day. Most of these were just screaming winners. I won't go back through them all. I like all three of these coin shops here. Vermilion, Minot, and Coin Hustlers. You're going to have to check them out yourself. You can support my work with a sponsor of the website that is a retirement planning software sponsor with a free trial for about 100, and then if you want to pick it up, $100 a year to plan your entire financial future. Is that worth $100 to you guys? You're going to pay 1% of assets to some financial advisor who's going to tell you to stay in the market, stay the course? Or are you going to do something smart here and do it yourself? Okay, and maybe that's not smart. You decide. But I'm doing okay. And you can buy me a cup of coffee. Thank you for the cups of coffee. You guys are very generous. Obviously, I need them, and I've had too much already this morning. My breakfast this morning was Spam and onions and tomatoes and mozzarella cheese. Yeah, no eggs. I'm not paying $10 for a carton of eggs, but boy, breakfast was good today. Oh man, it was good. Okay, and right now I'd appreciate it if you'd give me a thumbs up. Only about 1 in 10 people do, and I work for hours every morning for you guys. So a thumbs up would be appreciated. Sharing would be especially appreciated. Try to get it out to Reddit and Instagram and wherever people are paying too much for silver and gold. They really want to watch my videos here, not because I'm something special, just because I'm putting in the hard work. So that thumbs up would be appreciated. Share the video to your friends and family. They're going to get squeezed on Monday. And I greatly appreciate it. You can subscribe to the website as well, which is all totally free. Okay, and over in the chat room, the smart people over in the chat room are probably just having a lot of fun. A lot of smart people here, and I welcome new people in the chat room. We're trying to keep it nice and welcoming, very unlike Reddit. We're trying to keep it nice here, okay, guys? And new people are welcome. We love answering questions. I don't get in there as often as I'd like to, but there are just some fun people there, some smart people, some old timers, which will tell you what's up with some of the stuff that's going on right now. And, well, anyway, just go in there and check it out. You are welcome. And I provide that to you guys free of charge. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and good luck out there. Bye.